So let's see.
Oh yeah, baby.
This is a long time coming. I finally got my engine test stand. But this is what I'm going to start the engine on. I'm only a little aggravated right now. I just spent the last 2 hours wiring this stupid thing and my time lapse didn't work. This is what we got. We got our on-off switch, engine start, fuel pump. All those are going to the relays with, hopefully proper sized fuses here. I got 20 on the fuel pump and then I got 15 for the starter solenoid. And here's the back. So I'm gonna pull plus 12. This is gonna be ground. Everything's kind of neat. So these are our two leads going off to our starter switch and our fuel pump eventually when we get there. Got our coils cleaned up and installed. Got our exhaust manifolds on. I still need to make a block off plate for this guy. This used to be EGR, but the intake that I'm using doesn't have that. So I'm not using it. Well, this harness is pretty nice. Everything plugs in really well. All the lengths are exactly what you want. I do have a few issues I am running into, however. My oil sensor is just a oil switch. The harness recommends oil pressure sensor, so instead of a digital on-off oil pressure, bad, good, you want a reading 0 to 100 psi. Number two is I don't have a fuel pressure sensor, but I don't think that's necessary. I also don't have manifold air temperature. I gotta do more reading. I gotta order some parts, so bummer. We got EGR gasket. All right, number two, we have our temperature sensor. That is going to be installed right here. Now this needs threads, so I got 3/8 NPT tap. Got some exhaust manifolds, hardware, oil pressure sender with an adapter to go from the switch threads to the small tapered threads. I think that's perfect. Sensor's in a pretty good spot. Just peeking out there, but yeah, that should catch the airstream, read the air temperature really nice. And it looks like my rag caught most of the shavings, so I think we're in pretty good shape. And here's the best part. Ooh, manifold air temperature. Oh, beautiful. All right, I made this beautiful block off plate out of some mild steel. New gasket. This should seal everything up nice. The next step is I need a place to put my O2 sensor. The kit comes with a bung you can weld onto the exhaust, and I'm not running headers on this thing. Maybe I will in the future, but not right now. So what I got is a pipe with a catalytic converter, and then a Y pipe with another catalytic converter on it. But another good thing about this is it's an aftermarket replacement for the truck that this engine came out of, which means these manifolds are going to bolt straight up to this thing. It has the right flanges, and it's got a bung already welded for an O2 sensor. So that's just going to make my life a lot easier. Another benefit is the El Camino already has a catback system on it that connects up to a Y pipe. So what I can do is very easily have a reducer or some sort of converter pipe that bolts this guy onto my stock exhaust. I can save some money. A couple of years down the line, if I want some more sound out of it, I can get some headers and go to a true dual. But I think it's like a 2.5 inch Flowmaster, so should be fine. We got our computer mounted, got our touchscreen mounted. We got our fuel and starter relays all hooked up. We have our grounds hooked up in the back. I had to chase all these threads out because the shop did paint these a little bit. I have everything away from the flywheel. Hopefully that's not gonna move everything. And I have my battery connections over here. Just gonna lay the battery down. Oh, this is kind of nerve-wracking. I almost don't want to continue, but now we need a battery. And I'll probably spin it over and see if I can read fuel pressure on this guy. Or maybe I should read let's read the instructions. Let's keep going. Okay, as you can see by this illuminated switch when it's off, awesome, you know, whatever. We have power, which is fantastic. Perform a TPS auto set before startup. TPS auto set was successful. Cool. So I don't need to really do anything else with the computer right now because I don't have fuel. But I do want to check. Yep, fuel pump works. And our starter works. I got a leak. All right, we are back. The culprit was this O-ring right here. And a nice little gouge in it. Not sure where that came from. All right, I'm gonna unplug some of these sensors here. Let's crank it and see if we get some oil pressure. No oil pressure. Don't like that. Kind of want to say F it and just run it, but you would think.
Damage it if there's no oil?
Oh my god, the thing will just stop. It would definitely damage it without any oil. So let's just go a little more, I think. Let's get back to our vitals. Get some fuel going. And let her rip. That thing sounds good. All right, I can't start this thing again for too long because number one, there's no coolant in it, and number two, we still got that fuel leak. So I'm wondering if my my fuel pump's just putting out too high of a pressure, and I got to dial it down a little bit. But I do want to see my oil pressure to see if I'm actually getting anything once it starts. So let's see.
Oh, yeah, baby.
45, we're good. All right, I like that. It runs. Oh my God, it runs. This Holley system is incredible. If you haven't done anything like this before and you're thinking about it, just get it. It's amazing. Can't really run it for long. I don't have the water pump on there. Still got that fuel leak issue. It's either I'm over pressurizing it or this regulator isn't working right. I'm not sure. I gotta troubleshoot that, but it has great oil pressure. The starter cranks good. It fires up first shot. The cam sounds so good. What a journey this has been. That's it for this episode. I'm not sure when I'm gonna start pulling the El Camino apart. I still gotta, transport a couple of things in the back of it. I just don't know if I'm ready to have the El Camino off the road for more than like a month and a half, because this is gonna take a while. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining me on this journey. I know my upload schedule is crazy and I only have a handful of fans, but I appreciate each and every single one of you who watch, who comment, who like. Please subscribe. It just helps me reach a wider audience, and the wider audience that I have, the more tips and tricks I can have from people who have done this before, because I am flying solo on this, basically just from my thousands of hours of YouTube that I've watched other creators make engines, and the books that I've purchased, and some manuals that I've been reading online. So anyway, just thank you so much. I'm so happy. Catch you next time.